Someone help me! I cannot do this alone! So we want to push the palisade out far enough to give us more farmland. But if we use that rock wall, then they can just climb over or climb down the rock wall. Or shoot from it. So... Thank you guys, thank you.
Okay then.
I think he's supposed to be under arrest, but I don't know.
Yeah, are we allowed to pay people to like help us arresting people?
What?
You know if that's allowed? I offered her 10 copper if she could
Wait,
catch-
what the
if
fuck
she
did you
could
just say?
catch
Sorry,
him.
I zone out your voice quite often.
No, that's understandable. Are we allowed to pay people to help us with the arrest? Because I can't fucking catch that man because I'm a fat ass, so I offered that lady 10 copper. Is that allowed?
Sure, why not? It's a bounty.
Okay,
Why
well,
not? Good enough.
Okay. I'm
Palisades? You want to speak fortifications?
Ah, yeah, let's talk. Actually, you want to come with me? I want to take a
Piqued
walk.
his interest.
Yeah, I'll walk with you.
Awesome.
I have nothing else to do.
Is it okay
Yeah, I love
if
fortifications.
if I join, I'm bored as
Yeah, no, come with me.
all day.
I need to speak with
Yes,
both of
sir.
you, actually, because, well, you work for me.
And you work for me.
Yes. I'm making sure I have some guards that are loyal to me in case something happens badly with some people up in the keep. A fallback plan.
You have reason to
Not-
suspect that
not like
something
that.
like that could happen?
Because Noble's a pieces of shit?
You know, if you say it wrong...
Nah, well, it's
it's
different.
like
You're a piece of
following
shit, sure.
footsteps of me.
Drow.
Wow. The disrespect I get.
You told me to be racist.
I told you to treat me fair. Okay, well that's nice. It's important to be able to identify those to you who are, willing to do what it takes. And-
Exactly, that's kind of the point, is that if I know I need a group of people to do something, and... Well, that sounds wrong. It makes it sound like I'm gonna tell them to assassinate someone. That's not what I mean. You understand what I'm saying. They're loyal to me, in case, for some reason, opposing Noble, who doesn't like the fact that I'm telling him not to steal all the iron coming from the iron mine, tells some guards to kill me in my sleep. Something like that.
You should present it as loyal to the dynasty rather than loyal to you.
Yeah, they're loyal to the dynasty, but...
Because
well,
you-
they're loyal to me because I feel like if I left the guard, they would follow me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, suppose it's good to know. Obviously you also want to identify troublemakers.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of, yeah, they also inform me of when they see stuff happening that other guards they know they shouldn't do. They inform me of stuff like that. They're kind of like,
Snitches.
my eyes. Yeah, snitches.
He means we're counting on other guards if they're doing stuff that isn't allowed.
Exactly.
You have had an influx of new recruits recently, from my understanding. It's important to be able to keep an eye on them when the officers aren't around.
You
Yes,
know, I'm
precisely.
technically a form of new recruit.
Well, you are, but you were also hired because you had past experience. So,
Yeah.
So, the issue I was facing, I was just thinking about building out a palisade wall to allow more farming and also some room for these people while we manage to get Belerno back on his feet. Cassetto too.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to figure out where a good position for it would be. Obviously, we want it to be.
Go all the way up. We can get up on top of that rock.
Oh, that's.
Lovely
I'm
view.
getting to it. I'm getting to it. So if we extend
Okay,
it from the beach to here, and we use the rock face, which is what you would expect to do, as you've identified, you can actually climb up onto these rocks, which means that if we have a palisade that uses this rock face here as part of it, they can, well, any potential attackers could climb up here and shoot crossbows or muskets.
Do it. Yeah, exactly.
So,
drop shit muskets. Yeah.
the counterpoint for that, rather than expanding our walls, I was thinking we put a tower up here. I'm coming up here.
Thought I had as well.
Yeah, I'm coming up here to see if there's good
Some
sight
form of
lines.
fortification.
Oh yeah, this gives you a great view of the road.
Mhm. It's perfect because the thought is, if we were to try to allocate some more wood to wall it off as well, to make a miniature, a lot of this rock could be smoothed out, and to make a miniature fort with that kind of more of a arranged, and then have a set of ladders with scaffolding to get up on this side, make it easier to get up and down. Perfect place to put a ballista, watching over the land.
We cut down these trees as well. You can see directly down the way, which would be the way
Yeah, exactly.
they
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have to bring siege engines, either that way or this way,
Because,
because the rocks. Yeah.
yes, which we are gonna put 2 ballistas facing that road as well. Obviously, I was informed to what I should understand on my pay grade of that the Sabine is safe.
Whatever the fuck that means.
To what extent I know, yes, I don't question it. If you weren't informed already, I was promoted
Oh,
yesterday by your
congratulations.
father.
To your
So-
captain now.
Capitano, yes. Captain,
Ooh,
yes, I
don't-
hate saying
don't-
Capitano
don't
as
fucking
well
say
because it has a bad...
Capitano, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Everyone said the same thing.
That's the joke I was gonna make earlier. If he is making a private guard, he is following the footsteps.
Oh,
The previous
Don't-
holder of that.
don't.
He is,
make me
I mean,
dismantle
he is
you.
kind of my, not my inspiration, was it? My mentor. He did mentor me for most of my guard life.
I'm about to
I went
push
to
you
your
off this
father.
cliff.
I'm
I'm
asking
about to
him to
push
be
you
a
off this
mentor. I
fucking cliff.
asked your father to be a mentor. Don't do that. I'm just gonna join your...
Here's the thing. If he becomes bad, then we can say the role corrupts. If he stays good, then we can say the previous one was just an asshole.
Exactly. I
Right.
did have a question for you, but it was, the thought is that we have all this wood to build the wharf. There is a chance if we do cut down more trees, we can allocate. Belloc, the issue that he's having with building more ballistas, the same with Tang, is that he doesn't have the wood for it. He needs 120 units of wood to build the rest of the ballistas to fill out our wall with defenses. Obviously, I know you have the wood. That's all up to you to decide on how much you want to allocate to that. Even if we allocate 30 for one ballista, it's better than none.
Sure.
But obviously, that would mean that it would take longer to build the wharf.
Wharf. We're getting to the point where we're using all the wood that we have, which means that the wharf is nearly done wood-wise. The rest of it is just the top of the buildings, some towers and some warehouses, and then it's good to use. After that, I'm totally fine with using the wood to build some ballistas. I would also like to clear these immediate trees on front.
The ones here for if we do put the tower here, so that
Yep.
way it has the line of sight.
And then also,
And then there is a possibility we could clear.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
we want to go down that way anyway, so that our ballistas on the wall have more clean shots. And like, primarily we should have been cutting down those trees to begin with, because that's where the goblins come in with their
thought that I
fire arrows.
had. This rock face here. There's no way to get over it unless you come down through there or around behind Rose's house, behind his thing. Could this be used here? Because if nothing can get in except for this one side, if we were to, hypothetically, and it's a large fucking deal, remove all of the trees in this area, this could be a very fucking deadly fortification.
Oh yeah,
here.
no, that's the plan. My plan is to continue going around like these trees, basically, all the way to the road to be taken down. The wood for that would be used to finish off the wharf, finish off the ballistas, and then start a palisade and this, because this is not going to help much unless we have a palisade.
Clearing that, as you said earlier, might well create good farmland and maybe even housing spaces.
That's the other thing.
Yeah, exactly.
The farmland, so we can support the more people coming in from the wharf, and yeah, a strong defensive point. And
we should also talk with Harry, because I know he's farming pipeweed right now for money. I don't know if we could ask him to change that plot when possible, when the next harvest is, to a different type of food source to try to support it, and we could try to pay him what we could.
yeah, I'll
A lot of people have the money for the pipeweed. Yeah.
No, this is good.
I know the further down we get towards the water, the less farmable that land is going to be, because it's going to be more waterbogged from the ocean, more salty, not fit. But obviously if we stay on this side, should be quite well. It has the water, it has the runoff from the hills coming down. It's pretty good fucking land for crops.
No, it's good, yeah. No, that is definitely the plan. Once we build that palisade, that gives us more farmland, even housing space as well. And then here, yeah, if we build something up here, it's going to be hard to crack through it. They would have to crack through it to get to the rest of the walls. The only issue that I do have is that if we do set ballistas here, we don't want them turning on the walls from here, right? So
Yeah, that is
we either need to lock them in place or have them easily to be destroyed in case we need to scuttle the ship, as it were.
that actually, yeah, that could be done. Have not Gradian fire, but torches or something ready to light them ablaze once we leave. Obviously, with a tower, with how it would be built, each floor would be wooden. All you'd have to do is light the bottom floor. It would go up, come down. We would just want to make sure that there's not some poor fucker living down there, for when the tower comes down, it destroys a family of 3.
Well, I would hope at that point they would be
To
inside
be
the
fair,
actual
if
walls.
they're holdouts, yes.
Yeah.
If
Well,
there's a
yeah.
siege, I doubt that anyone will civilian will actually be here.
When we're building the palisade here, you're putting it, what, here?
That was the original thought. That way we could use the rock face here. I mean, they're not going to climb up this way. If they do, it would be fucking strange.
Well, ropes do exist, but it would be easily spotted and heard and seen and can be defended.
Yeah.
Obviously, we want to make sure the palisade doesn't go further to the left, because we don't want to have 2 gates there across both roads. We're going to want 1 gate here, so more to
Very
the
true.
right, probably following the line here.
This could be a great courtyard, and like, let's say they breach that wall there. They're in this courtyard, and we're up here. Like,
Yeah, it's a kill zone.
It's
This is a
crazy.
kill zone exactly right here.
Yeah.
That's why we want to make sure they don't get this, because this is a deadly kill zone. It's even a deadly kill zone for us over there, because they have range on us, but I don't know if crossbows will get up here, but their ballistas and shit will get down there.
yeah,
And even their bows could probably reach that far.
yeah, from the height advantage for sure. So a way to scuttle it,
Yeah.
or it needs to be just incredibly defendable.
The thought is that all of our guards sleep in the keep. If we were to keep the royal guard up there for the nobles, it would also open up more places for nobility to have more room for whatever the fuck nobles need. Move the primary
Boosted them with
fighting.
this kind of idea.
Yes. The Nautis Guard, at least the more fighting-oriented Nautis Guard, the ones that aren't meant to just police, would come out here to a larger keep or fortification. Because if it's palisaded in, around. Nothing's gonna come from that way because they're big fucking mountains. And then there's also the support that we would get from Jahin's vineyard there. It would be that wooden does seem perfect right here.
I can see it now. I'll run it up the chain of command with Arn since I'm not technically meant to be thinking about this stuff, but I can't help myself.
Well, you're still the one heading the wharf, so it
It's
is
a
still kind of your
passion.
job to figure this out.
True. How much wood did you say you
I
needed?
would like to one of these days walk 120 units specifically for each bliss to be completed.
Okay.
One of these days we should walk this outer wall and see exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, we'll get a small group and handle it. Just have a quick look around. They might have they might even be climbing spikes and stuff that they've been using to maneuver around us, the little fuckers.
To get over, yeah.
So knowing what's
I would
there
like to
is
do that
handy.
sooner than later, so if you're free today, I could get some more big fuckers and we just walk and see what happens.
Hey, I'm free. Yeah.
And I'll get your father as well. Yeah.
Sure. If he gives the okay, then yeah. All right. Good hustle.
I won't wait too long. I want to make sure the sun is in the sky. I don't want to make sure it's evening or
Yeah, I
dark
know.
out, but I don't want to do it in the morning while the sun is still low. So perfect when it's about high up in the noon. I feel like the thing I was gonna do today isn't probably gonna happen because, you know, numbers, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I
let me know.
haven't really seen any of the other shock troops
yeah.
around much.
Are we concerned about those big fuckers from the Imperial ship walking around?
The civilian populace seems to be, but
Fucking
again, it's a
terrified of
scare
them. They go around
factor if-
growling everywhere.
Yeah.
yes.
That
I don't even know why they're here.
as tough as it is, it's good to keep the populace in check. I hate saying that, but desperate times.
You know, I have a curious thought.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when you and your father plan to return east. But if we were to build that keep up there, it would need some sort of higher power there to speak to.
Well,
Do you think that a secondary keep could be built there for you and your retinue, as well as our guards, and join as a joint kind of defense force in there?
between us three, there was a plan once the Palisade Wall was built out to rebuild the Urhard estate to be outside of the wall so that we are the first people to come in contact with any invading force. There was talks about it. I don't know how far into the plan we were, but I might be able to convince Arn to put those resources into the keep and then use that keep as the estate.
Well, I understand wanting to put the keep there. It is a good place for it. You're right next to the walls. But having the men up there not only splits you between this northern road and the eastern road, so you're in between both, can respond to both quite as easily. The only thing that would sound like is it sounds like you would also want to move your forge to there, which if it's up there, it's quite a fucking haul for civilians to get weapons, or well, not civilians, but anyone who needs the weapons to get them.
We'd probably keep the forge there and I just walk to work every day, because that's where Samuel works as well, remember?
Yeah,
so.
kind of make a smaller, well, if you're gonna move away from this forge, Samuel might be able to take control of it if he gets enough money.
Yeah, I'll bring it up with Arn, see what he thinks.
I divulge, yeah. I had one of those big fuckers.
Yeah. Alright, I gotta get this map back, but yeah, let me know if you want to take a walk later. I'll be around.
Yeah, I'll find you and see if your father's free, and we'll just do a nice little walk. I'll make sure to grab some more shock troopers to bring with us.
Fantastic. Be good to get people to stretch their legs.
Have a good day.
You too.
find someone to know how to read. I don't know how to read, and I'm trying to find somebody, but everyone's afraid and shit.
What do you think I'm following you? I
afraid.
said I could read. What do you think I'm fucking following you?
Yes,
Just go.
that's his way.
Just
But I'm
fucking
asking
walk.
the person that has the book and Wise, and I ask him, "Hey, can you read something for me?" But no, Wise.
You have a suspicious mustache. As much as I love your mustache, you have a suspicious mustache.
beard.
Franz gave the go-ahead, so let's go get him.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, and quick clarification for you, in case you weren't aware.
Isn't that one of those things?
Oh, I couldn't tell from behind.
Most part,
Oh,
stay out.
Guards!
okay, yeah.
Kill this wench.
Yeah, we had business, but it's... Oh my God. But we found out that we can go to Tang instead, since the armor smith's not there.
Okay.
So we'll have him go do it for us. Did you need anything from me?
No.
Okay. Do you have anything to sell, or did you already spend all your goodwill for the day?
Not yet.
It's all open still.
Oh, fuck yeah. Well, weren't you going to donate food to you?
To stop the sickness.
Apparently, Rojahim donated today.
Oh.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Many eyes. Food, bring, here.
Shoot.
Okay. Yeah, it's the safest place, but yeah.
Or sanitizer, I think. Yeah, that's what I would need.
Be as subtle as you come.
Yeah. Oh God, it's noon. I need to get back.
You just need raw foods?
Yeah. If you can deliver them inside the apothecary, I would greatly appreciate it. She's going to hand you the key. I need to go with Tank to the watermill real quick. We got to take care of something very important.
It's gonna rain.
Alright.
We'll be right back, though. He's just going to make something for me.
You want all 67?
Be careful.
Yes.
Okay.
Always.
How much is it? Let me write it down.
Most always.
Most always. Oh no. 67 raw food.
Or we'll say 4 silvers.
4 silver.
He's doing the brother punching thing. Like when you just see someone, you're just like.
Alright, let's go get...
What the fuck? What?
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 I was wondering if your father happened to fix my blade. Or if you did.
Yes, we did. Come along. Did you pay?
Are you alright? No, I did not.
Good, yes. Hmm?
It's smudged.
What do you mean it's
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
How much?
5 silver.
5 silvers?
It's a repair, so it's half the material cost. It's 10 for a full sword. 5 is half.
What's the one above that?
I mean the one above that. What do you mean by that?
Isn't it ruined, reforging, and then?
There's reforging, which is completely busted. You need to do the whole thing. And the other one is half cost, which is half material, and then the one before that is just the sharpening.
Oh, all right.
Gracias.
Now I'm at negative profits for the day.
Oh. Well, yeah, probably a bad time to ask then, huh?
Well,
Considering that
my armor was
almost. Are we allowed to kill those things here? You know?
Yeah. Out of self-defense, maybe.
Well, the mercenary's armor was practically melted on him by acid. So
yeah, that's
Yeah, one of those fucking creeps was staring at us through the, And they moved now.
Oi! Fuck off, you shits!
I mean, it was one of those... Yeah, no. Creeps.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't agitate them.
Well, they're in the middle of the street. They can't do anything in public, right?
well, he's kind of over there now.
Wow. You know, he told me earlier that he is scared shitless of them. And look at him over there. He's like fronting up straight away. I like that. I like that loyalty.
This is our heart to state. Back up now.
I'm getting some confidence.
Oh.
Away.
Well, he's braver than most.
Anyways, but yes, that had to get reformed.
That had to get fixed.
Ugh, yeah, tough day, huh?
Oh well, I suppose.
Do you know when your father's gonna finish those trees?
Which ones?
The
Yeah,
The ones by the vineyard.
that's next on the list.
Alright, because the sooner that we get that done, the sooner we can.
Flourish it.
I was talking to the guards today as well. We want to build a palisade outlet to protect the farmlands, and then put more farmlands.
Your father gave me the basic rundown of it.
Yeah. Well, I got a new plan. I got a new idea that I'm gonna try. It's gonna be really cool.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll see.
Ah, yes. Top secret.
Maybe identify yourself.
I heard nothing.
I will inform the Lord. He's here.
Thank you.
My Lord Earhart. Lord Jahim is here, hooded.
The fuck?
I can hear you snickering.
He just went face to face with a servant of Ash, but he sounded more concerned with you wearing a hood.
He's not wrong about that.
Don't scare me, sir.
You. Good job.
I serve Lord Earhart.
I know.
House Earhart, my lord.
Good man.
I just wanted to ask you a quick question. I'm not trying to disrupt any business you're doing. How much do you sell fibers for?
10 coppers.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
I just have a bunch of it sitting at my vineyard, and I don't know what to do with it. So I figured I'd give it to Soma to do something with it at the very least.
You can give it to you can give it to Soma, Marin. Oh, I think even Faye would buy it.
Oh, well, I just needed to know what like the base price of it was. All of my ledgers
The
don't
base
really
price
cover that
is
stuff.
like 5.
How's it going?
And considering everything that's
Be
happening,
careful,
10 sounds
7's
reasonable.
Are a bit frisky.
Well, I only did that to keep food costs low.
One of them were just
Fair
standing in
enough.
front of this.
I'll probably just meet somewhere in the
Yeah.
middle. Maybe 7, 8
Try to
copper,
grab
or
the
8
seal.
copper then.
Really?
But
Excuse me, you too.
thank you.
I won't.
Of course.
I won't stop you two then. You'll excuse me.
Of course, Lord.
So, are you allowed to kill those things if they just enter?
I will most likely be back with a
We've
delivery
we've
for Soma.
put a pretty standard
Alright.
no one fucking enters thing, so we'll treat them as any other thing.
Alright.
You ever killed one before?
I've seen them arrive, but
Okay.
only the
No.
last bit of it.
I have.
I've heard stories.
I've killed a
Large like
couple.
buildings.
I know.
Yeah, you sound very proud of yourself.
Yeah. I am.
Yeah.
They're very hard to kill.
You remember that it's the allotted time for your farmers to start training.
Can I speak to you for an hour or so?
Oh, look at that.
No.
Well, I can't feel my legs
I
anymore.
got work to do.
After all that running.
I will see you later then.
Good luck.
Thought I would have recovered quicker by now.
Hey, Sam.
My lord.
Aye.
Two things. One, new nurse came running in. Lord Onoff has hired her. Her name is Miss Bella. She is working with me. She has some good experience already. I've given her the basic supplies needed for her to start within the day off. I've already paid her. The only thing that I need to ask for is if I might go up to Marco for it. I think he has one. If you're able to make a small little needle, something like this, as he's going to bring out the small little needle that he uses for sterile stitching use.
Does that count as precision, or is it a small steel misc?
I'd probably count as small.
Okay, yeah. It's just
Small steel miss, probably.
Oh, iron surgical tool.
Because again,
Steel surgical
needle
tool.
small.
I can do that, actually, yeah. Steel or iron?
It's steel.
Yeah, that's easy. That's 3 silver, and I can get it done tomorrow.
3 silver, done. I need that suturing kit for Miss Bell. Miss Bella, so that she could be good for some sterile stitching for me to give her some of those units.
What was her name again?
Miss Bella.
Miss Bella?
Yes, Bella, or Blla. Shit,
What does she look like?
all over the place again. Brown clothing, brownish hair, white skin colored, slightly a bit shorter than me.
You two hear that? Guardsman?
Huh?
You hear the description?
Sorry. I
Oh,
was
yes.
not paying attention.
The
My lord.
new nurse, Miss Bella. If she
I
identifies
have a new
herself,
nurse with us, Miss Bella.
let her through.
Understood?
Will do. I think I seen her this morning. I think when I was doing my patrols in the back. I think.
Yes, this morning I was getting some clarification with her about her experiences as well as basic healing and standards. She has a couple of supplies that I've already given her, and I'm about to restock on said such. I have some more sanitizers ready and used for that.
Fantastic. I can get the surgical tool done by tomorrow.
All right, want me to pay you now or later on?
Either.
Just in case if something happens, I'll pay you by tomorrow when it's done.
You got it.
I don't know if jobs or something like that needs to be switched. If anything, I'll go up to Marco, see if he has anything.
Yeah, if he does and you don't need it, just let me know and I'll take it off.
Understood. Thank you, my lord. Thank you.
They don't understand us. They never. Well, you don't talk to your horse?
I don't have one, my lord. Unfortunately.
Nor do I.
One day, you shall have the finest
One day.
stallions in the land that isn't Maelstrom.
I hope so too. Want a guard here? I go with the
Yeah, I
Lord
can
Orr.
up here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stand for much
Just in case
longer
what?
anyways.
Oh, good. But just in case those stupid fuckers come around, or hooded individuals, don't trust those. Oh, I know. Don't worry. They're usually hooded.
Yeah, it's like I'm like, let's make a unit that's like really, really strong. And what do we outfit them with? Rags and a fucking creepy ass mask. Like, who does that?
I got the price.
It is questionable about their attire, but I swear I saw a plate under it, but I could be wrong.
7 coppers, and there's 38.
So, is this mana costing you?
2 silver 60.
Oh.
What?
You're gonna do that every single time, aren't you? Now?
I try to stay anonymous. Well done, my lord.
Thank you, thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. I try.
Good job, boss.
If that's trying, then you're marvelous.
Right, so I haven't seen anything from Torty today, which usually means she's doing something batshit.
I see.
Just be ready.
Hopefully, whatever this will do, my lord, at your side all times.
I thought I saw Dredge and Anya come this way.
When I was doing my errands, they were at the tavern, but it seems like everyone cleared out.
Yeah.
Good day there, Lord.
Good evening. Well, Dredge can only be in the city or over here. We haven't had an arena fight in a while.
That is true, my lord.
In fact, we haven't had a small council meeting in a while either.
They're probably nobling, forgive me, my lord, but I'm
Nobling
sure
has a
things are...
verb.
Sorry, my lord.
I know what you mean. You'd think with all this,
Aye.
you know, it would be, we'd be talking about it more, I guess. We've just kind of been head down the entire time. If we can get it approved, we're gonna go for a little walk along the rock face there to see if the goblins have been putting in climbing spikes or ropes or something, just to get a lay of the land. You're welcome to come along.
Maybe. Of course, my lord.
Once these trees are done,
Good day.
Once these trees are done being cut down and the wharf is done, the next step would be a palisade. So I'm trying to figure out where we want to do that exactly.
Palisade, I see.
Yeah, give us a bit of breathing room.
Indeed. Alongside more housing and farmland?
Exactly. What I want to do, though, and I'll need to get Alan's approval for this, though, is you see that big fucking rock up there?
Right by the schoolhouse, correct?
Right on top of it, I want to put a tower, or maybe even a small keep.
Oh, interesting.
I had a look up there with the captain, I guess, today, and it sees all the way down the northern road, and all the way across here as well, once the trees are done. It could be an insane strong point if we capitalize on it.
Maybe. It would be definitely useful for many occasions.
And I'd like to put our guys there. Keep us out of the
Greatly appreciated.
fucking city, yeah. Everyone seems so...
Are those fruit in that tree, or is it flowers?
They look like flowers. I assure you, if this was an orange tree, I would not leave it.
Agreed. Actually, that would be a smart idea when I think of it.
Fruit trees?
Have some sort of orchard of some sort of oranges.
Yeah, the only thing is that fruit trees take, from my understanding, months to be ready.
I assume we don't have that type of time.
No, we don't.
Maybe in a later time when we actually have this city actually fed.
An orchard of oranges.
Aren't oranges exotic towards other countries?
Other places, yes. Gradia, not so much. They're pretty common here.
Aye.
One of the best meals I ever had was in a small town in Ireland, and they had imported oranges from Gradia, and they made flapjacks with it, and it was the best meal I had in forever.
I see, my lord. I keep that in mind and keep my eye out for those.
The person who makes them isn't with us anymore, unfortunately. But if you see an orange, let me know.
Are they here?
I'll devour it.
I will do. Or save it to make more of those flapjacks, you say?
Apparently, they're like, kind of cake-like things. It's like a batter, like a bread,
Pastry?
but like, yeah. And then they made the orange into a sauce, and they put the sauce over it, and then ate it, and it was just like...
Ooh. That does sound good.
Oh, it was good. Especially because back then I wasn't exactly in the position I am now, so any bit of food was good, and having that was like...
The most greatest dish I ever had is some sort of stew, but mixture of vegetables and beef. Right. But it is more like of a little bit of cabbage, a little bit of broccoli, a little bit of onion, and of course beef, of course, and some sort of unique broth. It's not like a normal broth, but It's delicious.
Sounds very hearty.
Indeed. Hearty but delicious.
Hmm.
Mixture of flavors. But hearty in the same time, which is usually unusually rare. Hearty and delicious. Two words that usually don't go together.
How we doing today, guys?
Good. Watching whoever is sailing this ship fumble at trying to dock.
Should I be charging them docking fees? This is my wharf.
You're the wharf master?
It's my wharf.
Well, I mean, I think that's something you have to bring up with the Castellan.
It's technically a private wharf. But,
You're not wrong.
apparently,
going to the dock.
if that breaks my fucking wharf.
Oh, God.
Don't know why, but the only thing I keep thinking in my head is, "You're good.
You're good.
You're good." As I just see the,
Oh,
as
no!
I just hear the ship crashing against the water.
Days of work. Just watching the whole wharf.
Should we check that out, my lord, or...?
I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but we can at least greet them.
Alright, my lord.
Watch out for any swinging hammers and nails. This whole area is filled with them.
Understandable.
Shit.
Alrighty.
What if we put a nail in one of those small night killers, and then you could just, you know?
That sounds terrifying. A little.
You shouldn't be afraid of anything. I saw you face down that servant of Ash earlier.
Well, that's the first time ever seen a servant of that, so...
Ah.
I...
Well, you did great for your first time. My first time, I ran.
I don't know what they are, but they tried to grab my spear, but I just kept my bounds.
They
I
are
suppose.
mutilated elves. They basically capture them and turn their entire body into scar tissue. They feel no pain, and they shrug off mortal wounds that you or I would die for. They're agile and strong. I've seen one of them wielding 2 great hammers, one in each hand.
I keep that in mind then.
Yeah, do be careful.
Usually be equipped with a tower shield and a spear, so...
You're probably good then.
I hope so.
And this is where everyone was.
Hmm.
We're shouting, but we can't talk about where we went, apparently.
Yeah, I know. I ain't saying a word.
Die so she can marry you or something?
So, solve the food problem, and I can't tell you we went to we went
Solved
to a
the hang on, solved the food problem?
Well, temporarily, for a day.
I paid a gold.
Thank you for hitting me with your fucking box.
Where's the food going?
To the soup kitchen.
Very good. Thank you, Lady Heidemann.
Of course. My food
Let me know if you have need of copper ore, by the way.
Copper ore.
I needed it for some orders.
Wait, who was looking for him?
That's a good question.
Someone was looking for him. I don't remember.
about-
Nah, I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure they'll find out sooner or later.
Yeah. You know what?
Someone walks by with a bunch of goods.
Yeah. when I signed up for this wharf project, I did not think it was going to be this big. I knew it would be big, but when he said he was going to rival Coracadus, I didn't really take him seriously.
I mean, here we are, I suppose.
Hey, you two.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. I want to check in with you.
Oh, yeah. Well.
I just want to make sure you're okay. Normally when things are really quiet and I don't see you doing something heinous, you're doing something heinous sneakily. So I want to check in.
Bought a lot of food for the soup kitchen. Thank you very much.
You bought a lot of food.
Yep. 40 silvers right here.
Very good, Torty. Do you know of any talks of a supply ship leaving? Or is this the supply ship?
Supply. We're a merchant ship, so most likely people mix them together.
That might have been it. Okay, just checking.
Hey. We had a couple of guests go along with our crew, and they are horrible, and I hope they never choose to come with us ever again.
You took a couple what?
Guests.
Oh.
No. People to ride along and shop on the Isle.
That is. Yeah. So it seems like half the town was on that ship.
Yeah. I was wondering where everyone was, and turns out they were somewhere that they're not allowed to talk about.
I mean,
Yeah, they're bringing food in, I don't care. As long as it's good food.
Exactly. Oh yeah, they have lots of fresh food and mostly dry stuff.
Ray, how are you?
My lord art hard.
I mean, I was told about a potential business opportunity.
So you overlooked our coming back from our little venture.
Well, this is the wharf. I'm in charge of building it. I was curious because normally when I don't hear anything from Torty for at least half a day, there's something going on. And when I heard there was a boat coming in, I figured she'd be on it, and here we are.
Hi, sorry. Ray, you remembered to buy the 50 silvers worth of herbs that Faye gave you the list for, right? You did? Okay,
Yes,
good.
I have
Just
bought
making
it.
sure.
Narius had reminded me.
Okay, good. Whew. I was like, oh, yeah, she needs that.
You can inform her if you see her that it will be delivered to the apothecary, alchemist, whatever. Just, she'll get it.
Hey, no worries. Okay, I gotta put this down. Fuck.
Okay, right.
Well, that was one hell of a yes. Business transactions. Busy as always, but the ship, obviously, I'm sure at least you are appraised, belongs to our Capitan, who has been approved by the good Baron himself.
Oh, the, I don't want to
You
speak.
probably met him disgruntled.
Yeah, I don't want to speak ill about it.
Carries basically pistol strapped on his chest.
There's a little bit of this.
Listen, we never truly choose our captains, they choose us. Don't worry about it. Besides, it's nothing he probably hasn't heard before.
Well, it's bringing in food. It's helpful for the city, so I can't really complain.
The best way I can put this to at least maybe alleviate some worry, my lord at heart, is that we are supplying everything that we can through at least legitimate business operation. As for where they obtained it, you leave that to the Gradian law. Or perhaps even the oldest rule in the book as finders keepers, if that's satiate.
See, that's worse. Let's just... We got food. That's the main thing. So, thank you.
Trust me, Guardians will accept for less. But so long as they get what they want, they do not care where it comes from.
You got cannons on that thing?
Several. Not a lot, actually, surprisingly, for most vessels. But a good many.
You want to pull it alongside that fucker and blow it away?
The Imperial Galleons? No, unfortunately not.
You're saying you don't want to?
Are... in the context of speed, we would have them, but the context of firepower and being in the range of those long nines, we would be obliterated. That you... How much do you know of ships, Lord Hart?
Okay, that, the fabric bits are called sails. The sticky upper things are called sticky uppy
Let's
things.
speak to your specialties. You're a military man, same as your father. You understand, obviously, when it comes to advantages, usually you look for munitions, men, firepower, yes?
Yeah, sure.
To give you an idea, an Imperial galleon is the equivalent of a small fortress. Think Teller Keep, for example. Our ship is... Think of one of your forts you've assembled at one of the many mines. A little shoddy at work, still stable, functional, and can get the job done if properly manned, is how I would put it in perspective.
I'm offended.
Imperial galleons can usually fashion well over 60 cannons on a side, so maybe 120.
That's more than
Ours
4.
could maybe only fashion about 20.
Ooh, 20. Okay, but what if you get the
So
drop
20
on?
guns
You
versus
just
120.
Slip right in there and then...
Funny enough, with ships that size, as I told you, it's a contest to speed. They're slow. If we were ever to get behind them, a favorable position, and just ride their coattail, they would be basically, well, shit out of luck. But such men have made countermeasures to that, such as flaming barrels they throw at the back or back mortars, usually to deal with such blind spots on most vessels. Now, do the Imperials have that? I do not know. I have not examined that Imperial vessel myself. But I know ships.
What's that one called?
That one's new, actually. I did not see that one move in. I have been quite busy as of recently, dealing with some of the last things of Cosetto.
Alright, well, good to know you're on board with the plan.
I try to be.
No, I'm just kidding.
You know, if we had real maybe. There's a very fancy piece that the wharf keep. I'm trying to remember. I think they called it El Impoluto, which usually I believe means the impenetrable, which was a massive galleon they had, fast as all hell, and had more guns than that thing did. It was one of the finest Gradias ever made. Caused a absolute massacre of many of the pirates of the age.
Ooh. I want one.
Don't we all? It was a ship of its time, a legend, if you will.
Was.
It has been several hundred years since that thing has seen service. It has been through more wars and more conflicts in between dynasties and the orders of the council than it can dare count. Now, if you were able to, obviously, bring it back to life, these waters would see fear run through its waves once again.
Even Imperials.
If you had the means, the steel, the wood, and the craftsmen, no doubt. Because there are decent shipwrights here in Nautis, and they're from even, who's the little shit that you've been working with? God damn it.
Yoma Pedero, the man heading this entire warfing effort.
Yes. He's not a bad shipwright, but to the quality that made that ship, no. You would need someone of remarkable talent, probably from the wharf or from Corcavis, which is...
Well, he has
a
ambitions to
rare
build this
opportunity.
wharf out to rival the war wharf, in his own words. So, I don't know, maybe we'll attract some people.
I'll say this. And this place is complete. You should spend a great deal of time down here. Communicate, talk. I have a lot of hope that you'll get some very interesting characters in this place, especially where we're located.
Well, as long as they do more good than
Might even
harm.
find such a shipwright that would be able to make a flagship of such quality.
Big flagship, like purple and gold. Purple with gold flames on the front.
And a spear
Something
point
to symbolize.
with a griffin.
Yeah. Oh. That'd be cool. I don't know how much use we'd have, but that'd be cool. Alright.
Could always go as far as building a ram. They are not always suggested, but they're quite useful, especially for large ships like that.
Yeah.
Usually can almost splinter smaller ships in half.
How's a male goat or male sheep gonna help us?
A ram refers to basically the front of the ship.
Oh, like a
Usually they will
battering
build it from
ram.
the hole underneath.
But on a ship.
Exactly. Like
Oh.
siege rams. Exactly.
Oh.
They're very tricky to build. They have to be made correctly, given obviously the fact that you're ramming ships together, and the splintering of wood can happen, so the ram itself must be, well, perfect in some cases. No, in all cases, if I'm being honest.
And I assume repaired every time.
Yeah, it just seems...
Depending on how well it's made, yes. It's usually extremely enforced by several steel rivets and plating.
So, how can I help?
Seems you have some business.
Extra info for you for an orc problem. A couple of days back, ran into Arkoff outside the fortress on a job. Got two nice new scars to remember him by, but there's something you should really hear regarding him. Saw him take acid to the face. Now, usually that's fine, but what I saw after, not so much. He immediately went back to normal, if that makes sense.
As if taking a potion or something.
We're talking instant. Like this landed on him, his face half melted, and then it was instantly back to how it was before.
Right.
I've spoken to a bunch of our friends and basically said that if we're dealing with him, we need fire. Tried to ask about Gradian fire, but there's none in the province. And whoever made it's fucked off from the province. We need to find some method of burning this fucker, because I don't think he's going to stay dead unless we do.
I might have a thing or two.
I haven't seen height nor hair of the shadow though. Just Arkoff.
Right, okay. Well, that's concerning, I suppose.
Thought I should bring it up to you, given that yous are the only ones fucking doing anything now that the Imperials have fallen back.
Yeah, there's
Although
only...
I don't really blame the Imperials, they're down to like several hundred men. If that.
Yeah, if that. No, there's only so long we can lean on the crutch of the Imperium for. I'm surprised it hasn't broken earlier, to be honest, but it's nice while it lasted.
Well, they've held long enough. Well, it would appear that he and his, he and the object of his ire now share something very much in common.
Yeah, apparently.
Aye, and I'll be having some words with the Inquisitor about I need to have a chat with him about events. So, that's going to be an interesting one. I would prefer to talk to you about that in a bit more private place so that you can understand my perspective here, but unfortunately, precious few of those exist now, thanks to all the tents, the folks from Balerno, and you'll probably want to make sure you go around with a damp cloth covering yourself.
Yeah,
there
it is.
Looked like an angry crowd in front of the soup kitchen, my lord.
Angry.
I'll be honest, we're lucky there's not an angry crowd in every fucking street so far.
Yeah.
The tavern's shut.
Doing our
As far as
best.
I'm aware, his doors won't be opening again.
We haven't eaten at all today.
Well, I'll have some
There's more.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Coming through?
Are we able to go through, Miss Marin?
Lord Earthheart?
Do you have a few moments of your time?
Sure.
Or can I have a few moments of your time?
How can I help?
Okay, solve it.
I'm
problem.
Tyler. I
Try and
think
solve
we've
it.
met before. I deal with a lot of the masonry that happens around here.
Mm-hmm.
You handled it very well.
Recently, a couple of my guys have been helping
your
build
foot back
the
here.
new wharf lately, and how do I word this? They've been having some
Few of 'em.
complaints that they wanted me to bring forward, but if
Yes,
you'd like to voice your
my lord.
concerns.
Wellstrom Slate Hand. I'm trying to help with the cobblestones here, but let's just say the pay isn't really. I'm not able to take care of me and mine, you know.
The issue is that we're skilled working our asses off to make sure that this wharf gets finished. But we're being paid a salary that I wouldn't even give to one of my laborers. Like what? What'd you say? It was 25,
Frankly,
30 copper.
Frankly,
when
shit.
it
Sorry,
should be
pardon my
more
language.
around. Where it should be more around 45, 50 for some of these guys.
Why would I help strangers?
I see. And how many?
I understand that.
I'll leave the Lord Ling to his business.
I'm out there laying flagstone out all day, and these guys that are barely coming out of the woodwork chopping trees are making the same amount. Kinda doesn't weld together.
Right. And how many of these skilled workers do you have under you?
I'd say about
little 20, 25.
A little less than a little over a dozen, but no more than 2 dozen, around that range.
They come and go.
Yeah, especially with how things have been lately.
People are just ditching work sometimes.
Well, then we can't pay them a salary,
Well,
then, can we?
you can't blame them.
I mean, if they're not working, we can't pay them a salary. We have to pay
But
them
I
on a
do-
day-to-day basis, then.
Exactly, but I do have a handful of guys who are consistent with their work, and they've been doing good. I mean, their work speaks for themselves over there.
Down or in. It might be open. You can check.
Yep. There's some left. There has to be some left.
The problem that
Great
I'm
work.
running into are,
Ain't it?
Very good.
for lack of a better word, some
Satisfactory,
of my
Emma?
guys have been going hungry.
Right. Unfortunately, that is the standard for the place here itself. Everyone's going hungry.
Yeah, the standard for unskilled labor. What
That's
my
the
guys are
important-
providing is much more beyond that.
Right.
Oh boy, I'm hungry.
I ain't saying what you're doing is already generous enough as it is, but
You want to be able to look after your own.
it's kinda... Yeah.
Sure.
A little bit of a spit in the face, too.
Well, we don't want that.
Seeing the woodcutters going out there, just bringing in a log, and they get the same thing as us who have to chisel the stone and put the thing in the right area so that way it doesn't split apart the deck.
The reason the woodcutters are paid
More delicate work.
as high as they are is because they are volunteers, and their work will run out as soon as we run out of trees there, and they will be out of the job. You guys have a consistent work.
Well, I mean, the same could be said for us. I mean, we accepted the contract to build this wharf, and when the wharf is done being built, then we'll have to start looking for more work elsewhere.
I got more work for you.
It's not necessarily volunteer work, but I mean,
I understand.
we're going to be poking holes at things.
Alright, let's, Alright, let me think. How much would that be a day, payment-wise?
40, 45, 50?
For everyone.
For everyone?
For 12 workers? 280 gold? Copper. 280
Gold?
copper.
Jesus Christ. We're trying to
Sorry,
make
heads
a
in the,
living,
heads in
not
the clouds.
not empty the fucking treasury.
Alright, let me tell you what. For now, I'll take it out of the forge fund. I'll cover the next 3 days. With this, I trust you to give it to your people as they see fit. And in the meantime, I'm gonna try
course, my lord.
and there's no promises for this at all. I'm gonna try and either talk to the soup kitchen or the granary or something and see if I can get you guys a hot meal. At least once a day, to keep you guys fed.
Meals are fine. And
it's the families.
Right.
It's as gracious as we are to be fed, it's coin that we need.
Okay.
I can't go around giving soup to my unclothed little daughter, you know.
Sure.
That ain't gonna help them.
Right. How long are we due for the wharf to be done then? I'm trying to work how much backlog I have left to be able to pay you guys with, because this is now coming out of my pockets.
I'd have to talk to the other guys. I mean, I'm just the foreman for the masonry deal. I'd have to speak with the carpenter guys.
If you eyeball
I
it,
could
maybe a month or two.
Right. Okay.
What I can do is I can look for the construction site manager, and I could ask him how much longer it's going to take, at least for the entire project.
All right, do that for now. For the next 3 days, there should be enough payment, and I will work on getting a more consistent flow going.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I appreciate you going
Farther
this
than
far
I
for us, at
expected.
least.
Of course. You're all integral to the part of this city succeeding, so... And I don't want you to feel underappreciated, because you are appreciated. Remember, that money goes to the consistent
Thank you,
workers,
sir.
the ones that actually show up. Right? We are rewarding people that goof
course.
off or don't show.
I'll
Incentive.
And to show off that incentive, those who are being late, lackadaisical, I'll keep paying them the rate that we've been being paid. But those who've been showing that they've been going above and beyond will get this extra payment.
Yep. Yeah, if you guys get
Sounds
this
good to me.
done, and you're looking for more work afterwards, I might have a project. I need to run some things up the chain of command first, but just know that there will probably be something after this as well, so...
Understood, my lord.
Appreciate the time, my lord.
Of course. Take care, you two.
Alright, so...
Back.
We need to track down, that guy who's working with the carpenters. We can figure out how long it's going to take for them to get their...
I say well done, my lord.
It's gonna run us dry. It's gonna be at least 60 silver by the end of this just to keep the stoneworkers working. Unless I can figure something
And those
else
are
out.
just the specialists, I suppose. The skilled workers.
Well, that's the thing. We want to be able to reward those skilled workers as best as we can, and at the end of the day, we need to get this wharf done, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get the wharf done, so...
Aye.
Well. Marin,